Alright, so let's see how we can solve the very first problem from 30-day challenge from lead code. The problem is single number. So let's understand what the problem is. Given a non-empty array of integers, every element appears twice except for one. Find that single one. Okay, that's straightforward. Let's see the constraints. So your algorithm should have a linear runtime complexity, and could you implement it without using extra memory, right? These are the two constraints we have, and let's go through an example. The very first one is 2 2 1, and here that number 2 appears twice and number 1 appears only one time, so the output is going to be 1. And here 4 1 2 1 2, except the number 4, other elements are appearing more than one time. So the number 4 is the output. Alright, so I am thinking of using XOR operation to solve this problem. What I'm going to do is, first I'm going to write the code, then I'll briefly explain what XOR operation is, then I'll go through an example to validate my solution is right, then I'll talk about the space and time complexity. Alright, so first let me write the code. Int result, because we are going to return a result, integer result. Initially I'm going to call assign 0, and then I'm going to go ahead and iterate all the elements from the array. So integer I less than nums.len length I plus plus, and then result XOR operation and nums of I, right? And then when I'm getting out from the loop, I'll be returning result. Okay, so yeah, this is the solution for this problem, right? So like I said, let's go through and see why we use XOR and how it solved the problem. So we all are aware the XOR operation between two elements. If we are giving the same number to perform XOR operation, we'll be getting 0 as an output. Okay, and if we are giving 0 with any other element, the output is going to be what? The element which we passed, which is not the 0, right? So this is, just remember this. Okay, and then I'm going to just use an example, and then let's see how that one is going to give an output, right? So this is the example, right? So initially we have result is 0, right? The line number 3, and then I am performing the for loop. When inside the for loop, the very first statement is going to be result is equal to result XOR num_by. So initially 0 XOR to 2. So what's going to have in the results now? I'm going to just put in the bracket. So when we do the XOR 0 with the element, we'll get the given other element, right? Now the result is going to have this one. And when I go to the loop second element, now the result is going to be equal to 2 XOR 2, which is going to be 0, right? And then when I go to the third element from this array, so now the result is 0 0 XOR 1. We'll be getting 1 as an output. So that is how this the code is getting executed. All right. So let's see the time complexity now. The time complexity for this problem is, if you look at the code, only one time in this for loop we are going to iterate all the elements from the given array, right? So the time complexity for this problem is what? Big O of n. And the space complexity, so if you notice that on the line number 3 we have declared an integer variable to keep track of the XOR output, right? So we are using only one integer element, so it's going to be the big O of 1, and that's the space complexity, and the time complexity is big O of n. And let me run the code real quick. Okay, so it's giving the expected output answer. So that's how you solve this very first problem. Thank you.